humanity extends its reach into the universe. We will most certainly need a multiplanetary currency, a fair currency that represents us all. That currency is Dogelon Mars. We are the Dogelon Warriors, a group of dedicated individuals who aim to assist and propel humanity into the next era. Join us on our mission to make Dogelon Mars the currency of the future, and welcome to the Dogelon space. I am Sergeant Apester. I'm hosting together with Charlene, Glastier, and Crypto Brown. Welcome everybody, thank you for being here. And I just have a little notice. We've had mentioned earlier today and yesterday that we would have a guest speaker from Fuse Finance. Just have to say that we have to postpone that for another week. So if you were here to listen to that piece, I'm sorry, we had to postpone, but they will be here next week. So this specific instance, we would like to start immediately with the news. What do you say, Glastier?
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Awesome.
So, yes, I'll get straight into it. So here's the news that stood out to me in the last week. We'll start with the price of Dogelon Mars. In my opinion, it was a pretty boring week. Right after last week's Twitter space, the price went up to almost 0.900. But as we all know, unfortunately, we got stuck there. Bitcoin was trying to break above 46,000, but it got rejected there. This caused the market to go down a bit, but mainly sideways from there. And now the price is around 0.730 at the time of writing. It's a little bit low now, but yeah, we're still going sideways. Even though the market is not very exciting at the moment, still a lot of crypto companies have been active on Twitter trying to promote dog tokens and Dogelon Mars. This is always good to see. And we've had Huobi Global and CoinEx Global posting polls on their Twitter accounts. If you have not voted on them, please make sure to not miss them the next time. Always keep your eyes out for polls and votings and all these kinds of things to keep the momentum going. Also, PandyX Labs announced the winners of their giveaway. And of course, we would like to congratulate all winners of that giveaway. Last and not least, Crypto Warzone, a crypto community, is hosting a $50 giveaway, which will be followed by an AMA with no others than yours truly, Sergeant Apester, and this will take place on March 16th.
Oh, yeah. Going to be a very good May.
Nice. I'm excited. If you want more information, go to the respected Twitter accounts for all the details. Of course, if you have any questions after the news section, you are more than happy to ask them. Today as well, I saw the account at Shiba Swap Dex tweeting about Dogelon Mars now having a new pair on Shiba Swap. This is Elon wrapped Ethereum, to be precise. This is, of course, pretty cool because this will make it easier to get Elon from the other chains. Something most of you probably have seen is that the Dogelon Warriors just released their first comic. designed by an insanely talented community member. It looks absolutely incredible. And I personally can already not wait for the next edition. I hope everyone is just excited as I am. Go check it out on OpenSea. Details on the Warriors Twitter page. We will talk a bit more after the news about this. And for the last news item this week, I highly recommend all of you to please go look up the following Twitter handle. And this is at Dogelon Mars NFTs with an S at the end. So at Dogelon Mars NFTs. The Warriors account already have tweeted about it. But I don't think everybody fully understands what this is possibly about and what we can expect to happen very soon. This is pretty major, I believe, and will hopefully be the first hint to the ecosystem. This is also something we will discuss in this space. That's it for me. I hope you all found it informative. If I've missed something, please raise your hand and let us know. Now I give it back to you, Sarge.
Thank you very much, Glastier. I think we have a lot of exciting news this week. Of course, we have the NFTs from Dogelon Mars that are now just on the Twitter page, right? There is one sneak peek NFT there. It looks very good. And we have the Dogelon Warriors comic that has been released yesterday, the first page. So I did already see a lot of excitement in the community about it. And personally, I also love the story. I do have to say I know a little bit more of the story, of course, but what's coming up is really, really good. It's linked directly to the Dogelon Warriors account as well, the donation wallet. So all the funds in there are used specifically for giveaways and contests and things like that. So if somebody buys a comic page, it goes to that goal. It's not meant as a means to gain some profit here or there. It's specifically meant for marketing, for contests, for rock pool victims, things like that. So yeah, let's see how that goes, right? We do want to do it a little bit different than the Dogelon Mars team, where there is not always a lot of consistency with the release of comic pages. So we will try to make sure that it is consistent and that everybody can just follow it on a specific schedule. And of course, hopefully they also like it just as much or more than the Dogelon Mars comic. So because we planned for the AMA, we do have an open slot that we couldn't find another guest speaker for. So that means that this specific space is a little bit more organic than we're trying to keep them, right? Like on the Thursdays. That means that if you have questions already, or you want to come up and say something about something that you noticed in the space, just come up and we'll have that talk. And of course, I'd like to hear what you get from you guys, what you think of the Dogelon Warrior comic as well.
So I have a question for that. Two, actually.
Go ahead.
Yes. How many artists are working on the comic, and how did you guys come up with this story?
You're going straight for the core, right?
Obviously.
Well, the comic story, you could say we have two writers on it. The base of the story is something that I thought up, and then together with the writer, we made it comic worthy. He also added in a lot of extra ideas. And the illustration is based on a few people that's working on that. So not the one illustrator that works on it.
That's awesome. And they're all community members, right?
Yeah.
100% warriors.
100%, man.
That's how it should be.
Any more questions?
Not from me at the moment. What I'm excited about is to see the new Dogelon Mars NFTs Twitter account and the sneak peek that they already put up.
Yeah,
So
what do you
this
think will happen?
Well, so far, all my predictions have been wrong about any Dogelon Mars releases, but I believe this week or mid next week, we will see the whole series coming to life. And what I'm personally hoping for is that they're not just going to be PFPs. I hope they're going to have some more attributes and everything to make them straight away fall into the ecosystem so that they're actually going to be the first piece of the ecosystem.
So you're expecting some utility there? Well,
yeah, or some utility for the future.
It makes sense. It does make sense. You know, when Dogelon Mars came into the Telegram group, did say he made a lot of progress on X, Elon, and NFTs. And the first thing we're seeing are the NFTs. So it could be that it has some utility there. And you know, NFTs can always get utility later as well. So just to be already into the contract all the time.
Yeah, exactly. That was my idea as well. Maybe not utility straight away, but the possibility to gain utility. And who knows, maybe there's an airdrop as well.
Yeah, good question. Normally when NFT projects start, right, what common is, I don't know, Dogelon Mars, the core team is going to do it, right, is that you see some promotion for a specific time, then you start seeing some articles here and there, and then also more into the community itself. So I think we're right on the precipice of that, right? Because we just saw the first sneak peek, it's just starting up, account doesn't have a lot of followers yet, right? So I think that engine is going to roar at some point.
Yeah, definitely. And the banner on the account looks pretty promising as well. That's some pretty cool artwork.
Yeah, that is a very interesting banner because you know, it's a lot of aliens there, it seems. So it has a mystery factor for me because in the I didn't see any characters there that are also in Dogelon Mars comic. So, you know, adds an extra level of mystery.
Yeah, for sure. I do see Methuselah in there. but otherwise they're all characters that I haven't seen yet.
Okay, I missed that.
Is there anyone from the audience that wants to say something? If you do, just raise your hand and we'll pull you up. There we go.
Polo, go ahead.
Greetings, everyone. How's everyone doing? General question. These Dogelon Mars comics are, they're for us, the public, first and foremost. Secondly, how do they intend to market it?
Well, you mean the Dogelon Mars NFTs, I guess, because the comic is a different thing.
No.
I don't know. Nobody here knows, right? We just have the same information as you. The only thing we can see on the Twitter page right now, because nothing else has been released.
Okay. On another note, I don't know if any of you have some form of contact with a dev or the devs, but I mean, has there been any talks in regards to how they intend to promote Dogelon Mars on a broader social platform, rather than relying on Twitter or Reddit and vice versa?
Well, it has been massively successful in the past, right? We made it 20 times, so.
Yeah, but massively, that's what I'm asking. Is there intentions of like a Times Square? Is there intentions of billboards? Other than what we see as we...
To be honest, right, we've had those major things like Times Square and things like that in the past. And when I look at the chart during the Times Square advertising, I do have to say, or the flyers globally and the posters, it didn't have much impact. So, you know, that would not be my advice to any dev to spend millions on some advertising that has no effect.
Okay. I'm just trying to...
I'd say it's cool though, right? Cool. And if they do it again, you know, power to it, but
yeah,
you know, it didn't have the effect that you would expect.
I'm just trying to understand where they're going from this point on in regards to exposure. I'm looking at what their alternatives are. In other words, I'm trying to see where they intend to go. I mean, we've pretty much dominated the Twitter spaces and whatnot. So where do you go from this point on? To what level do they take it to? To what elevation?
Yeah, you're asking the wrong people, man. We are all just the same as you. We're just holders, warriors, just the same as you.
Okay. Thank you.
Ali, go ahead. Ali? I guess he's unavailable right now. Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, I cut out. Sorry about that. I was just gonna say on that last question, the entire crypto space has been growing as the adoption's taken off. I mean, if you look at just the 6 Super Bowl commercials, as they had none the year before, you know. Now with the NFTs, that's good because a lot of people are into NFTs and it'll attract a whole nother audience. But the Elon coin and being a staking reward, if that's in fact what it turns out to be, which is what it's been hinted to, that'll give us a lot of utility because that'll incentivize people to stake their Dogelon. It'll keep them from selling or swapping into USDC or whatever, like with all this Ukraine shit that's happening. Prayers go out to Ukraine, you know, but it's been brutal for all the markets, not just crypto, but and hopefully there's not more regulation coming, but with the staking, it's going to lock up the coins. Now, there's some other coins that I followed that were designed entirely for staking, and you what you get is like a residual or passive income from doing that, and you're also not going to be worried about having to sell or watch the market. You're just going to continually to gain interest and rewards. So that's going to keep people from selling. And there are other projects that have gone like 10,000 times by everybody locking up a certain amount of coins for a certain amount of time periods. You could do multiple stakes. And I mean, that's where the future is. It's in staking and farm yielding. And that's where we're headed. That's going to be a really big thing. So, I mean, that's what I've been waiting for. And that'll also give us enough utility to be listed the last 3 major exchanges, Coinbase, Binance, and Kraken. That's what we need. Each one of those will give us serious individual pumps. It'll make us trend, and it'll bring in an entire whole new crowd of holders. And our holders have continually been growing, even though some have swapped back some into USDC, worried about what the markets are doing and everything. And I'd be real careful because there was another coin that just took off recently. So, I mean, just because the entire market's down does not mean that one coin cannot go through the roof. That will happen. And when things happen with Dogelon, they're going to happen fast. So you don't want to be sitting on the sidelines. It's just really not worth the risk. Just hold and don't even look at it. Set your notifications so you get some crazy shit. But I think right now is a good time to buy more. I wish I could right now, but things are going the way we want them to. We just got to be patient. That's all I got.
And that I just want to piggyback real quick behind Scott. Yes, everything is going according to plan. You know, if the prices are really low right now, so whoever can buy as you can. Okay. Sturgeon, Glaster, Crypto Brown, and myself, we are not financial advisors. We are holding this space for you all, okay? We're not gonna have all the answers, all right? We're not gonna have all the answers at the end of the day. Whatever comes down and what we hear, we give to you all. But like, I agree with Scott, everything is going according to plan. What people are not realizing right now, we are in the middle of a war. That's the issue right there, number one, okay? Again, prayers out to Ukraine. Number two, I think people just wanna buy something today and let it go to like 10x by tomorrow. I think that's what people are expecting. Like I be telling people, patience is a friggin' virtue. If you don't know what that means, please Google it and figure it out, okay? Bitcoin, I'm gonna take it back. Bitcoin wasn't Bitcoin overnight, guys. That shit took years, all right? So a lot of people need to, you know, humble themselves, be lucky that you do hold what you have right now at this time, because when we do lose these 3 and 4 zeros, you're not going to be able to get that amount, that same amount of quantity that you can get now. So the same people who's asking the same kind of questions over and over, what about this? What about this? What about that? Guys, yeah, those are used, I'm telling you. Patience is a virtue. Okay, we are in a good situation right now. Like Scott said, if he had more money, he would buy. And I think everybody feels like that, you know? So just calm down, guys. Humble yourself. Be happy we are the first ones into the being able to hold it. Because another year from now, you're gonna be happy that you're in this situation. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, all very positive, and I fully agree with Scott as well. I know Scott very well. We've been there since week one together. Not always getting aligned on the things, but definitely for Dogelon Mars, we see the potential from the beginning, and the staking piece is going to make sure that the volume, the liquidity that we have in the market is going to be down. So the less supply you have in the market, the more chance it has that Elon also goes up. Well, if you stake, you're also making money in a different way, right? For farming, though, there are some risks involved. It's called impermanent loss, which can affect your overall profitability when you farm. So please keep that in mind, that if a farm comes out, be sure to investigate if you want to take that risk or not. So Paulo, you have your hand up.
If my memory serves me correct, Bitcoin was, I think it was 2016 or 2017. For about 3 years, Bitcoin was holding at the same price. I think it would fluctuate maybe 2%, 3%, up or down, give or take. But it actually held for, I'd say about a good 2-3 years until it actually just unexpectedly popped. And this is just my personal opinion. Charlene mentioned that it could happen in a year, could happen in 6 months, could happen in a year, could happen in 2 years, 3 years. We don't know. I don't think anybody knows at this point. And I'm just going based on, looking at Bitcoin in the sense that it held for 3 years and it held at the same rate, at the same price. As I mentioned, it did fluctuate. It's totally normal that it's going to fluctuate up or down. But to say that this could happen in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I don't think anybody knows that. I think it's just a question of time. That I do believe.
I didn't say it can happen next year now, Paulo. I didn't say that. My main concern here, a lot of people have their panties into a bunch, and they cannot just like that patience. They can't be patient. So I was piggybacking on what Scott was saying is that we are all in a good situation. The prices are low. You all have to take into factor that we're into a war situation right now, So at the end of the day, people be asking us kind of like a lot of off the wall questions. Like if I'm not mistaken, you were asking Surgeon some kind of questions that he really couldn't answer because we really don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not saying we're going to explode next year. There was no way I said that. Okay. And let's take it back on what I said. Okay. Bitcoin didn't explode overnight. Like I said that. All right. Yeah, I know. So what I'm trying to tell everybody right now, be happy. One, the prices are low. Two, be happy that if you can afford to buy what's low, buy what you can buy. Again, we are not financial advisors here. Okay. Three, like maybe next year, maybe 2 years from now, whenever the price, we drop some zeros, whatever you could buy right now, you're not getting the same amount of quantity. So that's all I'm saying, that people need to calm down, don't have their panties in a bunch, and then be patient. That's all I was saying. So I'm just correcting what I said because you were saying something else about what I said.
I could add something good to that. If you guys want, I don't know who was around in the beginning. I know some of you were for sure, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that weren't, that are listening right now. So when we first got into this project, my wallet, I invested like, 10 grand, and it went to 188 grand. And then when Vitalik made the donation to Methuselah, there was widespread panic that created a panic sell-off. And I think my wallet went from like 188 grand down to 12 grand or something crazy. And it laid flat where you could buy $1 billion for $50 all summer long. And most people thought it was a scam, a rug pull. Those that really thoroughly researched and believed and knew what was going on knew that there was more to it. And we used that time to continue to down cost average, buy the dips. I probably bought 50 dips. I have like 300 billion Dogelons from that, just because, I mean, there's some risk involved, yeah. But if you really did your research, dug deep, you would know what this project's about, who's involved. Well, not exactly who's involved, but you know that the relationships and connections among the creators and devs is unprecedented. They make things happen that no other coins have done, which includes getting listed on Coin Market Cap within a couple hours of its release. I mean, it's endless. I don't even remember everything now. I probably have 50,000 screenshots on my phone I could go through. But if you continue to use this time to buy the dips when it does take off, that's how money's made crypto. That's how crypto works, because it is more volatile than any other market out there. But if you continue to accumulate coins and use this time, be positive about it, you're getting more time to acquire more coins for when it does take off. That's what you have to keep in mind here. So
little risk and big reward.
So Paulo, go ahead, finish off your thought there before we move on to a different question.
No, I was just saying to Scott, little risk can be big rewards.
Definitely. So Ali, I see that you're back. You have your hand up. Go ahead.
Hello, Dogelon Warriors and everybody. I have a question about the last comic. I want to know the comic is from Dogelon Mars, or it's just tweeted by Dogelon Warriors. Thank you.
It's created by the Dogelon Warriors, not by Dogelon Mars.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Dove, go ahead, or Dove.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Just wanted to say thanks for having me again. I wanted to let you all know that this community, this project, Dogelon, has kind of changed my life for the better. It's given me something to do, something to keep focused on. And, you know, you build the camaraderie through the platforms by doing things like just interacting, talking, having fun, posting memes. And I personally like to make art, cartoons, and NFTs and things like that. And I've never gotten more likes and shares and things like that than from this community. For that, I'm very thankful. So that being said, I'm very inspired a lot. I write. And so I kind of wrote something in, you know, being inspired by this community and the people of it. And I write a lot. So I just would like to read something quickly. Excuse me. We open up these diamond eyes and realize that deep down our prize lies, sitting below a pile of old rose gold stole from those souls that grow down below. We is and we give love with the will to live, and those we think of in our heart is our gift. We be the one to change reality, lock cage breaks, and set doves free. Wings spread, raise dead, round two, ready? Our babes cry, we raise fire, warm and calm minds unsteady, igniting passion and compassion, those dead and sad inside, with the shade of our wing when they need to hide. We need help with the master plan, the one they thought was going to take down man. With words and swords, side by side we stand and wall our shields, families hold hands, deflect an incoming panic attack. I'll watch our front, you got our back. So yeah, that was what I wrote, inspired by this community and, you know, some of the stuff I get from it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. You know, that's it. And, you know, you guys got my support of the Dogelon Mars Space Fleet, as well as the Dogelon Mars Space Force. So let's keep it real. Let's keep it up, guys. All right. Love you. Later.
I love it, Dove. I like that speech, bro. I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love
Thank
it,
you.
love it, love it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Don't stop what you're doing. You know, this community, we're all here as family, you know, and just like the other spaces that we do. Every one of you that is here right now, you guys are family of Dogelon Mars. You know, we're not, of course, we're not related, but we're all chasing the same dream. We're all chasing the same vision. Okay. That's the thing I want you guys to, you know, remind yourselves. When you hopped into Dogelon Mars, this made you, it's like if you were an antisocial person and you came into this community, and it just opens you up to experience and see different type of technology and things that's going on in the world, plus with Dogelon Mars. You know, with reverse aging, it's amazing. It's like you're not going to see any digital currency that has that utility, you know? So like what Warren Buffett said, if you're not willing to hold it for 5 minutes, why hold it for 10 years? You know, I'm holding for the long haul. I believe that, you know, it can go up. And in the whole 2020 situation where all the markets was down, it was ugly. Bitcoin was down to $3,000 a coin where you guys could have bought it. Everything was dirt cheap. We're just going around another cycle. This is just another cycle. You guys, it's like we're not financial advisors, but if you guys seen that you guys been buying into the dip and then it shot back up and then you made profit, you can choose what you want to do, to sell or hold. But I believe with the utility and the people that is backing Dogelon Mars, it's just a matter of time. Once it shoot up, just like what Scott said, I just don't want all of you guys that is in this space right now to be left behind, whereas you can accumulate these coins, this Dogelon Mars token, very cheap. It's very, very cheap. It's like, you know, wholesale. It's like a housing market. You know, you might want a house, and this $300-something thousand house, I'm not saying it can happen, but the value went down to like what, 175,000. I mean, and it's a great house. You're gonna hop on it. So I don't want you guys to lose out. Prices are going up, but at the end of the day, digital currency is here to stay. It's going to make wonders. So thank you guys.
Dove, thank you very much for that story, for that poem. I really enjoyed it. Love it.
Absolutely. I as I said, this community keeps me very inspired to the point where, you know, it's raptured my heart, really, and my mind. It's just, you know, because there's that element like, is it Elon? Is it really Elon? And I'm infatuated with actual Elon Musk. So the fact that I can just post stuff and show my emotions towards him through a cartoon dog is kind of cool, right? I mean, regardless of who it is, you know, I'm not this part of me that thinks it's like maybe Snoop Dogg or somebody. So I don't know. My brain's, it's almost like the masked singer. That's what I feel like it's like. So yeah. So this is fun, guys. I appreciate all of you and I love all of you, and I'll be around. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much for sharing. I agree. And if you have something else to share next time, or you want to share, or me, whatever, you know, just come up and we'll give you the space again to let the public know. So, Deontay, go ahead.
Hey family, how's it going? Hey Dogelon Mars family, Martian Warriors. I know it's been a while since I've been on here. I've just been really just tuning in and looking at a lot of the tweets and some of the information put out there, just to kind of piggyback off of, you know, majority of what everybody's been talking about is just, you know, you invest in Dogelon Mars knowing that the value of this token is longevity. And, you know, and as I spoke before, it's a mission token, and missions doesn't take tomorrow, doesn't take 2 days, doesn't take 3 days. When you're looking at something that's much greater than what's in store, or what people expect, and this mission token has more than enough reasons to keep those who's really invested in it and who really believe into this mission token around, because I mean it's been put out there. And I said it before, you know, and I think Dogelon Mars actually posted it as well, and I kind of interpreted it as, you know, when you move in silence, your action shows what's in store. Your actions will show what this mission and what this project is capable of doing. For this mission to be able to consistently bring more holders on a daily, on a weekly, and it's steady increasing. That's something that's stability to me, and which makes me believe in the project by itself. So when we look at those who may feel like, you know, they may have a little doubt in what's going on, I mean, just look at the research. You know, I know Dogelon Warriors post a lot. You know, the main page posts a lot. Crypto Brown, Charlene posts, you know, a lot of YouTube, and they're very confident, and shows the work that they put in as well, as far as putting out the information to the best of their ability to give to the community, you know, and as they spoke before, that everybody else spoke before, nobody is a financial advisor. You know, we only, you know, able to give enough information of what's put out there. So I just wanted to say that, you know, I appreciate everybody, you know, that's able to, you know, show some enthusiastic mindset and just energy, you know, just knowing that, hey, we are where we are now, and we are just at the start of everything. You know, Dogelon Mars is not even a year old, and we're approaching the anniversary, and that's supposed to be a celebration. Nothing to be fearful of, whatever the outcome is, or you know, what people or others may think. You know, just keep a positive mindset and know, like, hey, you know, I'm holding this for a reason, not just because of the wealth, you know, that comes with it, but the health that comes with it, knowing that this is a token and a project that's looking to diversify the DeFi space, if I said that correctly. And I just want everybody to, you know what I'm saying, just keep the energy and stay positive. And also I had a question, Dogelon Warriors, or Charlene, or Crypto Brown, if, you know, anybody could answer this. I'm not into the NFTs, and I'm really still kind of learning. Is there any like kind of step-by-step process on how to do it for dummies? I'm not saying I'm a dummy, but something that could really break it down that would help me understand how would I be able to get an NFT, because I see it on my DeFi wallet, but I never really touched base on that part. So if anybody is able to answer that for me, or for some of the viewers or listeners that's in here that may want to know that answer as well, is it possible somebody can answer it? Thank you.
No, are you asking how to receive an NFT, Deontay?
Yes. How to receive one? Because I'm confused about it. I don't know if you have to buy it, invest in it. Like, how does that work when it comes to the NFT?
Well, it depends. Like, say if you wanted to buy an NFT, well, you basically, it's OpenSea, and you have crypto.com. With your crypto.com DeFi wallet, you have to go into the settings and go to the website. You have to use your DeFi wallet, and you have to make another account in crypto.com NFT to buy NFTs. So say if I was going to send you an NFT, Deontay, and I was like, well, okay, do you have a DeFi wallet? You're like, yes. Well, on your DeFi wallet, you will see NFT. You click on NFT, and then you click up top to the right corner where you see that arrow pointing backwards. You click on that, and then you click on where you see Ethereum. Click on where you see Ethereum, and it should say crypto.com, no, crypto or
org or something like that.
Yes.
I think it's
org
crypto.org, right?
chain NFT.
Yeah.
And then you copy that address, you send it to somebody who is going to send you an NFT or where you're purchasing your NFT. But I'll try to break it down a little bit more in some videos and
Also,
show you guys.
Deontay,
Yeah,
a real quick thing too, right? Okay, so I did a video a while back. You just got to go on my portal, right? They were selling the I don't know if you remember the Marscape. They were having that line Marscape, crypto.com. So I did a whole tutorial that if you wanted to, and that really goes for anything you want to buy on crypto.com, you can just use the same idea of it. But in this case, I did it on the Marscape. I did a tutorial on how you can go about buying a Marscape on crypto.com. But again, like I said, if there's anything else you want to purchase on crypto.com, you can still use the same idea of doing it. So I would suggest to help you to kind of just watch that YouTube video that I did. Again, it's like one of my first videos and you'll see it.
Okay, I appreciate both of y'all. Yeah, because I'm asking because I know it's some listeners that may be shy to get on the space. So not only helps me out.
Listen, let me tell you something. Well. Yeah, no worries. Listen, this is what we're here for. We're here for all types of questions. No questions is a dumb question. So don't feel stupid. You know what I'm saying? We're here for you guys.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And I pinned a tweet with the link to the help center of OpenSea, because I'm assuming that Dogelon Mars is going to release their NFTs on OpenSea because they have their comics on there. And yeah, on the help center, it's explained pretty well as well on how to do it. So it's in the pinned tweets here in the space. There's a link.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you, Crypto Brown, Charlene, and glad. I hope I said your name right because I don't want to mess it up. But I appreciate it, giving that information. And again, like what Charlene was saying as well, is she has a YouTube channel as well that has that link to there, and with Crypto Brown as well, with that link. And doing it that way, it definitely helps because, like I said, I never understood how to, retrieve an NFT or how to purchase one. So that definitely helps out. And Charlene, I'll watch that video as well to kind of get some more insight on how to buy and retrieve NFT, because this will be the first and maybe the only NFT I will purchase or invest in, just because it's Dogelon Mars and I have love for the family. And I want to do what I can to support the best way I can. And hopefully, in the near future, we open up more doors. But I just want us to take one step at a time, complete one mission at a time, and then really dive in and focus on the next mission that's ahead. Thank you all. Love you all as family, and I appreciate the time that you gave me to be able to speak and ask the questions that I need to answer.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I like it how you say that's probably going to be my only NFT. Just wait until you buy your concert tickets and your airplane tickets through NFT. That's what's going to happen.
Thank you. And you're definitely correct. So I look forward to that as well. I'm going to drop back down the listener, but I definitely appreciate you all.
Thanks, man. Krypton General, please go ahead.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? No matter your entry. Okay, been listening to everybody, and I just wanted to add something to all that we're saying. Your entry. Okay, so I made a few points, and today I was in a community, and people are asking questions, and some people are giving some answers. And I heard a lot of people, they say they bought Doge, and then they sold, they made money. And then they bought sheep, and then they sold, they made money. And now they buy Dogelon. And this guy was asking how much would be a good quantity to hold of Dogelon, and how we can get some money out of it. And he was answered by saying, like if you have anything from $1 billion going, that would be a nice number. And like 2.5 billion at 0.004, he'll be looking at $1 million. Some people entered in very, very early. Probably some people paid $50 for $1 billion. But if you pay $1,000 or $700 for $1 billion right now, and it shoots up, and somebody makes $1 million from buying it for $50, and you make $1 million from buying it for $1,000. I mean, that difference of $950 really doesn't matter. Number two, the whole time, holding period time is what's more important right now. I mean, patience. That's the key. Be patient. I mean, it's not an overnight thing. It's not even a 6-month thing. It could be a year, it could be 2. I mean, you can't be asking the devs questions, asking the project questions like, why aren't you doing anything? Why aren't you moving? Why aren't your prices going up and causing chaos and confusion because the prices are not going up? It's an investment in a crypto. This is not a stock. This is not an investment to a company where you're going to say, oh, why are your numbers not going up? Why are we not seeing profits and whatnot? Number 3 is, I also heard that the news, we're waiting for an executive order from our president, Biden. He's going to talk, I should say, give executive orders about regulating cryptocurrencies. And I heard a lot of, that like the big money, the hedges and stuff, they want to be safe when they're investing. So once crypto is regulated, a lot of those shitty projects that are rock pools and stuff will be literally illegal. They'll be investigated, so they can't do that no more. And these investors are going to come into Bitcoin. I mean, when this announcement comes out and crypto is regulated in the States, just imagine the bull market is just going to shoot like crazy. Patience again. And the next one is use case. I was reading a tweet from CZ Binance, and he was talking about, he lists projects that has use cases. That being said, if you have a project that solves a problem, you have to solve a problem that is out there, and people will, actually, come into your project. So in regards to that, that's where I'm at right now. In regards to that, I keep thinking about if the community can come together and give up ideas. I know the devs listen to us. I've seen a Twitter post of Mr. Dogelon Musk himself expressing his appreciations to Charlene and Crypto Brown for all their help and putting the word out there and putting the community together, which of course is awesome because you guys have been in this from the way beginning. Like I've been watching your videos, like I'll be driving and just watching your videos and stuff. It's like entertaining. I'd rather listen to that than music or anything, So I'm pretty sure him or somebody from the dev probably listens to us. So if they hear this, we need a use case. I know we got Elon coming out. The announcement is coming out. That's awesome. With staking abilities, put the staking, get earnings. That's awesome. maybe we can think about some kind of, a swap ability, some kind of, I don't know the exact, I've not really thought about this, but like something in comparison to like, Shiba swap or something of that sort, of that nature, where, Elon has his own kind of platform, DeFi, whatever, that you can, swap tokens for whatever. So it's kind of like a use case, sort of, you get what I'm saying, you get what I mean. There's some sort of exchange thing, if they could have that done, that would be another step towards getting listed on these bigger exchanges, because that's what they're looking at. And the big investors are going to come investing into it. They'll be like, oh, okay, what solutions do they put out there? What problems do they solve? So if we could all come together and kind of like put our heads together and kind of like talk about things like this, things we can encourage the dev team to look at. And another thing is, I get it, and everybody should, coming up with these projects, like coming up with this use cases and all this stuff, like creating all this programming and coding and all this stuff, takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. Like, for instance, like if you're building like a wallet, or like you're building a website or some app, okay, an application, you're building an application, it takes anywhere from anything to 6 months, depending on the quality that you bring in out. And it costs a lot of money too. It costs a lot of money if you're not doing it yourself. So we should give them time. We should be patient with them. And they should also, let us know what's in the pipe works. Like, hey, Elon is almost done. It's done. Now we're working on this next after Elon. And also, in the meanwhile, try working on a white paper. Because some people, we all know white papers are really not anything of a big deal. But there's some people who are like, like that. They want to see everything on paper. I want to make sure everything is like, okay, they got a white paper. Okay, they got this, they got that. So I won't go on too long. So that's what I have to add to what's going on right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Krypton. Let's see what Real Rap has to say.
Okay, how everybody doing for one? I just have like probably a couple series of questions. All right, so when I got into Dogelon, it was like last year, kind of late November. So I started, so before I actually invested, I looked back until when the coin was created. So, I kind of learned about Methuselah. I learned just different things, and I was there. Like, I wasn't physically there for the series of events, but I read up on them. So when I actually invested, I remember that it took a dip in December. I think it was like after Christmas or before Christmas, around that time. So I was paying attention to the holders, and I think it was like around 120,000 holders at the time. So my question is basically like, do holders really matter, and does exchanges matter? Because when I calculate how much a $500 billion costs at this price, is like, I think it came up to like 400 million or 500 million. So I started thinking like, okay, the top 10 billionaires can back all of that right now. So it's like, I'm just trying to figure out, do holders and exchanges really matter? Like, that's all. That's the only question I really have.
This whole project depends on the community members. It wouldn't go anywhere without the community. Doesn't matter what kind of utility is being created. If there's no community backing it, it will not go anywhere. So do holders matter? 120% is the most important piece of a crypto project. Without it, it has no value, really. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has zero utility. Zero. Who made the utility? Around it, that's the community. So the community made Bitcoin important, nobody else. And that's where we are here as well with the Dogelon Mars. This is the same thing. It doesn't really matter how much utility it will have in the future. It's wildly important, the community itself. And the Tusla Foundation knows that. They keep saying that. That's why they're saying we are stewards of Dogelon Mars. They want the community to be happy with everything that they do as well. I don't see them upsetting the community in any way. So, yeah, if that does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. But so now it's got me like, okay, so with that being said, so basically you're saying the only way for a project like this with utility for it to actually increase, it can't increase in value basically itself with all the given utility. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yeah, with or without utility, it is the community that makes it happen. It's the community that brings the word out there. It's the community that buys the token. Every holder of Dogelon Mars is part of this community. Right? So when a new exchange comes, like crypto.com in the past, a whole new range of people came into the community, right? A lot of the people right now here in the host, like Charlene, Crypto Brown, Krypton, right? All of them came from crypto.com. That's where they got introduced as far as I'm aware, right? And look what it does. And you can say now, okay, the token is a little bit down and whatever. Yeah, but it is still the community that makes it happen. So I'm not going to say that utility is zero value. That's of course not the case. It's very important as well. But without a community, who's going to know about the utility? Who's going to tell other people about? Look at this token, look at this new utility that's coming in, or look on this functionality that they have implemented, right? That comes all from the community. Look at, just to give an example, like Doge, right? Doge. Just look at that. Was that almost no value? And then Elon Musk started tweeting about it, and all of a sudden, all these people come and started raising Doge to 75 cents. Based on what? No utility. Did they bring out any news? Nothing. Still, it's still the same token as it was. That raise in value was purely community. So yeah, it's very, very important. Utility is also very important. Utility is not just there to evolve a project. It's also there for the community to utilize and become happier and ambassadors of the community, of the Dogelon Mars as well, right? Everybody in here is pretty much an ambassador as it is. A Dogelon warrior is an ambassador of a token. So, and it's the same for Methuselah Foundation, right? They are a steward, and which is based on them being the biggest whale that is holding the Dogelon Mars token. But also they say the same thing. They love the community and they love how it works and functions, and a lot of the things that they have said so far is all about the community and expanding the community as well. So, real rep, I hope that answered your question completely. So I'm now going to move over to Lil Hot. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. I really have a question to Crypto Brown. So, like, I've been doing my research on, I've been checking out these videos on YouTube, and I always put 2 and 2 together. And now, they about to come out with the digital dollar, and And then they about to, I see that Biden finna do executive order for crypto. I just have a question, like, you know, what you think, because I came in late, what you think about the executive order? Because when I've been doing my research, I've been seeing like, I think that the government just want to get, people think Biden gonna make crypto go down and all this. I think they just want, to get their piece of the pie. I think they just want to get a little tax money from it, but we are in a win-win situation when it comes to Dogelon Mars. You have the utility, we have a good community, I just want to ask Crypto Brown, because I'm seeing they shutting down the Swiss bank, and I've been getting into XRP, so if they shut down the bank and XRP take over, would that be good for Dogelon Mars? Will it shoot up with that?
Yeah.
And far as the executive order, again, I believe that it's gonna be on a positive note, and we're gonna shoot up, because if Bitcoin go up to say 400,000, Dogelon Mars, I believe it can go past 10 cents.
Of course.
Do you agree? I have a couple questions. I'm not trying to be on here long, I don't speak a lot, but I be up about 3 a.m, y'all. I do my research, I eat, sleep, Dogelon Mars,
Okay.
and because I know what I'm holding. I'm just like Charlene when it comes to it. I know what I'm holding, because we got something that's useful. Because in 2024, I see Elon Musk, I see SpaceX, they have a spaceship that's going to go into space, and for people to want to go in space, they have to pay like over $100,000 just to get a reservation.
Yep. 124,000.
Yeah. So in 2024 to 2026, bro, we're going to be rich. So I want to ask a question on the executive order. Do you believe too that, let's be real here, we all investors. So, and like you say, the corporations, they not about to dump their billions of dollars in this because they scared. They don't want to take the risk of, they don't know. So if executive order come through, they feel safe for putting their money in,
Yeah.
So this digital, I've been telling people, hey, this digital dollar finna come out, this currency. And I know it's about to, everybody, I want y'all to listen, it's about to be a big reset in the global system for financial, in the banks. It's about to be a big reset from using the physical dollar to digital dollar. So I got a lot of questions, bro. So I just want to ask Crypto Brown, what you think about the executive order with Biden? Do you think he's going to do you think they just want to take, we see a lot of people making money from Bitcoin, from crypto space. So let's get in and get our piece of the pie. What you think, Crypto Brown?
Listen, they're doing this executive order. This is going to be great for all of us. Why I say that? It's going to clear out all the other bull as coins out of here. Knock them out the park. Take them out of there. Okay? Listen, all these prices that you seen back in 2000 and what? 12, 17, and now the major institutions of Berkshire Hathaway, Goldman Sachs, Blackstone, they have not bought into any digital currency since ever. They never did. They never did. This is going to boost up the coins that has real use cases. First, as you guys know, Dogelon Mars is an intergalactic currency. First off, okay, we're connected with NASA, and Methuselah Foundation, where they're well incorporated. The world knows about Methuselah Foundation. They wouldn't just put their name and stamp behind Dogelon Mars, knowing that the SEC and the regulator, they're going to regulate and kick these crappy coins out of here. They're gonna knock them out. Methuselah Foundation and the developers, they already know that in the beginning before they created this coin. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why I said we are going to shoot up. So when Charlene was talking about, well, yeah, anything can happen by this year, next year, anything can happen, because once they do that executive order and he signs that dotted line and all these other digital currencies are wiped away, and the only people who had held into Dogelon Mars and other digital currencies has real world use cases are going to be the pioneers and the survivors. They're going to be the survivors. And that digital, the great reset, when that great reset happened, you guys see what's going on in Ukraine. You guys see what's going on in Russia. The people with civilians can't get money out the bank account. They can't transfer everything. Right now, they're using digital currency. They need that. The value of our dollar that you work for, every one of you guys that you work for, is decreasing day by day. It's just a lot of the masses do not know that because they're not into. They just worry about the dollar. Oh, we need this. I want to buy this. Oh, I got 100 bands. That's something. No, that's not nothing. Unless you're investing into something that's going to have that value and grow. So to answer that question a little high, yes, I believe it will do a great cause for Dogelon Mars. Not just Dogelon Mars, but digital currencies that has real utility. I can keep on going.
So, okay. So for the people, now answer this. Now, for the people that don't have cryptocurrency, okay? They don't have crypto, they don't know about it. You got people that say in the hood, that don't have their mind on cryptocurrency right now. How bad, if it's going to be a digital dollar, how bad you think it will affect them?
Listen, all right, I'm gonna give you an example. Say I'm a middle class person, I'm just give you an example, 70 grand a year. You know what I'm saying? And I did not invest into cryptocurrency in these beginning stages, these early stages, okay? When this whole digital dollar come out, they're going to make it as there's the rich and there's the poor. They do not care about no middle class. There's no such thing as middle class. There's only two levels, rich or poor. And if you heavily invest, not even heavily invested, if you invested into digital currency that has real use cases, and when that great reset comes around, like, the people are not able to buy into cryptocurrency how we did from 2022 back in 2011. It's not going to be the same. You're going to be able to put your money in the USDC coin, where is it going to be stable, but you're not going to have enough funds. That same $10,000 is not going to get you the quantity that it could have got you in 2019, 2018, 2015. It's going to be different. It's going to be a whole different. So say if, like, the person in the hood, he's moving a whole bunch of bricks or whatnot. He can do that all he wants. But that same person that's going to work at McDonald's, just giving you an example, and he's investing his money into Dogelon. He's investing. It has real utility. It's backed by Methuselah Foundation. Like, major billionaires are backing this coins, and you're doing your research. You are going to become wealthy. Without a doubt, you're going to become wealthy. I hope I answered you.
Yes, you did, man. And
this is the thing. A lot of people just don't understand about digital currency. That person over there, he has a Lambo. Okay, you driving a Corolla. But then he don't even invest in cryptocurrency. He heard about it. He's like, oh, you guys will never find something like Bitcoin. I knew a couple people that bought into Bitcoin. Now they're rich. I just invested in this or do this. No, they're going to wish that they invested into digital currency. And not just into digital currency that has real utility, real use cases. Okay? So I could be that person at Corolla, that person in that damn Lamborghini. I'm the person who's wealthy. I know what I hold. The digital currencies that I hold, I know that it's going to be valuable. Yes, I am fiat broke, but I'm digital currency rich, wealthy. So I want you to have that in your mindset as well.
Yeah, that's all I really had to say, you know. Oh, and when it come to this digital dollar, we will still be able to take money out the bank, right? Like, but you say like the gas price is going up, you know, the dollar going down. So if it's going to be a digital dollar, will the money I take out the bank, you know, will it
You wouldn't even have
it
to
won't
do
be
that.
worth nothing?
You wouldn't even have to do that. There's so many listen, digital currency by itself is going to be global, where it's currency. You're gonna be able to use that on your debit, like your phone. Right now, Coinbase has a card, whereas you can turn your profits into USDC and just use your card. There's no sense of even converting it back into cash. Okay, banks, look, Dogelon Mars is a currency. You see, the whole XRP case is dealing with the security. See, they were trying to see if it's a security or currency. Dogelon Mars is a currency. So that's why would you want to see everybody want to have money to the ear and all this other stuff? That's old news. You're seeing so much people having all this paper money, dirty, filthy money. But it's at the end of the day, something can happen where the value just crash. You see what happened in Russia? The ruble dropped. It's down. The ruble is down. Right now, they're running all into cryptocurrency that has real use cases. Sorry if I was taking too long.
Yeah, man, appreciate it, man. That's all I had to say. Yeah, thank you, y'all, man. We in a win-win situation, man. Just hold strong. It's a lot of manipulation going on. You know, the wealthy really don't want the poor to get rich. You know, I see it as if the poor get rich, who's going to make the rich richer? You know, like I say, I'm in it to break generational wealth. You know, so just stay strong, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, General Scroll, go ahead.
Hi there, everyone. Can you hear me good?
Loud and clear.
Okay, cool. So I wanted to share something about the upcoming NFTs that are coming. I don't know how many people of you are familiar with it or that you already talked about it, but so basically how it works is there's supply and demand, basically, which also is with a coin like Dogelon, and I just wanted to clear out that with a strong community like we have, basically with holding Elon like we have in the past couple of, months, almost a year now, I think we can get a pretty solid floor price on that NFTs if we all work together and just buy one or two as a community, and I think we can make a solid project or money or however you wanna call it. I just want to point that out. If we work as a community like we do right now, also with the NFTs, I think we can kick it pretty far. And people don't I don't know if you realize it, but it is very easy in the NFT world to just grab a community and bring the people together and just create a floor price of like 5 Ethereum. That's a lot of money for many people. And it is very easy to create when you have a community that is as strong as us. So yeah, just grab one or two and let's talk about it in the spaces when it's out. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Please, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Squirrel. Listen, when the Dogelon NFT comes out, even the Dogelon NFTs that you guys see me promoting, don't be left behind. You want to go grab you a couple Dogelon NFTs, please. You see how it's going. It's a non-fungible token. For those who doesn't know what NFT means.
I mean, if you don't know yet what NFT is, you should definitely do a little bit of investigation. And General Skrull here has some experience with the NFT world and also what the community does for the floor price. And if you don't know what the floor price is, it means the lowest price or the price for the lowest price for the NFT that can be bought inside the collection. Floor prices go down simply because people are selling the NFT for lower and lower and lower and lower, and at some point it becomes not worth it to sell anymore. So I just wanted to add that to your story, General Skrull, just to add in for people that don't know anything about NFTs. Small caps, go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to talk. Hey, how y'all doing today? Dogelon, thanks for bringing me up. Hey, I just wanted to talk about the tax thing. Well, here in the States, right, so they're trying to regulate crypto. And the reason they're trying to regulate it is people are hiding what they actually earn, right? So before all this started coming out, these regulations, like all the major exchanges, they really wasn't reporting everybody's true cost basis. You get what I'm saying? So you was able to hide a lot of money easier. So you're avoiding taxes or paying your taxes. With the regulation, right here in the States, each company has a custom number, CUISP. It's a number that they have to report to the IRS on every single buy and sell of their security. And then that goes also to your TIN, your tax identification number on your actual tax form. Okay, that's how they do all that stuff. So the regulation will require the major exchanges, right, any platform that you trade on, to report that to the IRS. So I can see these projects in the future, right? Now, I'm not saying every one of them are going to comply with this, okay? Bitcoin, may not even comply with it because that was, the owners of Bitcoin are unknown. So we don't know what's going to happen with that. But if the company, fails to report the buy, sells, and trades, right? That company may be kind of like, outcasted, like a OTC stock here in the States. And then you're going to have your major, players that actually do report to the IRS. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think it'll be overall good for the market because that's going to allow institutional investors to come in here and play the game. So I think you'll have good stocks or good crypto, bad crypto. And then once you get the good crypto investors in, they'll venture off to the bad crypto, the ones that ain't fully regulated. That's all I really got to say.
No, you're right, small caps. And the thing about it, in 2020, they were already discussing in 2021, every United States citizen will have a digital wallet. We're not talking about your DeFi wallet or your BitTrue wallet, none of that. The banks will store that. Now, you may go to your bank and ask them, hey, do I have a digital wallet? They will say, oh, no, we don't know what that is. They know what that is. The Congress has already been speaking about that in 2020. Most of you guys do not even know that. They are preparing. So with this whole regulation of what they're trying to do with digital currency, it's all coming in play. It's all coming in play because one day you may go to your bank and they say, hey, Mr. Glacier, we have a digital wallet here for you. If you would like to trade any digital currency, you could do it right with us. That's what's happening now. They want to buy in. Listen, not even 1% of the world, okay? Not even 1% of the world hold digital currency or knows what digital currency is. So I just want you guys to understand that every one of you that is holding Dogelon Mars, especially Dogelon Mars, you guys have great financial freedom coming your way. Thank you.
I think important to remember is every digital coin released by the government is going to be a centralized coin. We are in a decentralized space. So every token, coin, whatever they're going to release is something that they can control. So it's just going to be a replacement of the paper money we know right now. And paper money you can stash under your pillow, you can forget it in your car, you can hide it somewhere, you can steal it and hide it somewhere. But a digital currency that they control, which is in a centralized environment, they always know where it is, where it's going. So that's why what the Crypto Brown is saying as well, holding something like Dogelon Mars is in a decentralized space. And that's the future.
Yeah, there are a lot of negatives, cons towards the centralized US dollar. In my opinion, if you really want to dig into what the possibilities are from a centralized point of view, just look into the digital yuan, the digital currency from China. They have implemented all kinds of mechanisms that they can revoke even the currency from their wallets or add to it. And they can even say, okay, if you go into this store, you're not allowed to purchase. But if you go into the other store, you are allowed to do that. They can also revoke public transportation costs and things like that. So crypto has a lot of good things, but it can also be turned very, very differently. And that's something we need to be aware of if we're going to talk about the replacement of normal fiat currency and cryptocurrency, because that introduces a danger that we need to be very, very aware of as a global community. So if you want to do some research on that, do that. I don't think this space is specifically the space to talk about it too much. But yeah, do your own research there. Paulo, I'm just going to skip you for a little bit. I want to give some other people first a chance to speak before I want to give you the chance to speak as well. You already had your moment there for a second. So, Mr. Dogelon Mars, the non-official one, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I just got two quick things. I'll make it short. Number one, I saw your, I guess it's the first issue of the NFT comic that you did. I saw it on OpenSea. I just want to say that looks awesome. I look forward to if you make some more in the future and available for the masses, especially for the Dogelon holders to purchase and keep and, show off and stuff. That looks really awesome. If that's the first one, that is amazing. And I look forward for you to making some in the future. Another thing that I wanted to say is to congratulate Crypto Brown and Charlene on getting a follow back from the official Dogelon Mars Twitter. That is a milestone in my eyes. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to them. That's amazing. And I would like to see if you guys keep in contact with the official Twitter and any inside scoop that you guys get, I will be eager to know as soon as you guys get any inside information, because now you guys have direct contact with the account. So I look forward to seeing, more inside scoops and more information about what's going on with them.
Thank you very much for your compliment on the comic. It did take a lot of effort there to get it all going and started up. We're still a little bit in the process of experimentation as well. Are we going to do one-of-ones or 10-of-ones with the comic? So yeah, definitely, it's going to change up a little bit, and we do want to keep it up consecutively and not randomly. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that you are excited about it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Brown, do you also want to say something before we move on to the next speaker?
No. Thank you, Mr. Dogelon, unofficial. Thank you. That's all, Mr. Warriors.
Okay, Saint, go ahead.
Yo, what's up? Just wanted to go back to what Crypto was talking about real quick, about the rich and poor. That's very, very true, because I've seen in a lot of movies, we have been conditioned to a future where you will see rich and poor. And that future is getting close. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's getting close. Also got a mail from crypto.com where it was talking about, like, on the 4th April, I think it is, yes, in like 2 months, they're going to decrease the staking. So that obviously, I guess that means that they know there are coming more people into crypto. So they're not going to give as much in staking because they know more people coming. So it was like, if you stake for more than 30,000, you're not going to get as much in rewards because they know a lot of people coming into crypto. So they're not going to lose a lot of money to it. So I'm just telling you guys, you need to get in now. Buy what you can afford because crypto is the future. To all of you guys that are doubting it, it's the future. Get in now. That's all.
Thank you very much for that. And I agree, crypto is the future here. So Ali, go ahead.
My question is that what's your suggestions for community to work on this token, Dogelon? It's in Twitter or other way. What's your suggestions for community?
I don't really understood your question there.
I want to know which way better for community to work for this token. Is it on Twitter or other way? Which way is better for community to work for this token?
Well, we as Dogelon Warriors, we are trying our best on all social media platforms to spread the word. And we, of course, have the Dogelon Warrior accounts on YouTube, Instagram, Reddit. We have the Telegram channel. We have Twitter, of course, because we're here. But Dogelon Warriors is not just the Dogelon Warriors accounts. It's everybody that is working towards spreading the word. So Charlene has her own YouTube channel. Crypto Brown has his own YouTube channel, sorry for that. So if we're going to talk about how are we going to expand the community based on the community, because that's what you're speaking to, it means getting the word out. It means tweeting. If you're on Instagram, it means posting memes there. If you're on Reddit, it's about spreading the word there as well. If you're on YouTube, it's about spreading the word there. Everybody that pitches in, drops a few cents here and there about Dogelon Mars is spreading the word. No matter what you do, even if you go out on the street, talk with your friends and say, yeah, you really need to get into this coin because of this and that reason, you are already a Dogelon Warrior. You are already promoting it. So, yeah, how are we going to do it more? Yeah, well, I'm always open for ideas, right? Just like this comic we just released, it's an idea, let's see what it does. So that's what I have to say on that. Does it answer your question though?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, Paolo, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. So somebody had mentioned something in regards to, what makes Dogelon. And I've kindly said this in spaces, I've kindly said this on my Twitter page and whatnot. A token is fostered by a community. Now, he spoke about what are the advantages of expanding in this and that, and how do we expand? Well, first and foremost, expanding to other platforms entices new retail investors, first and foremost. And I think that's something that I would like to see happen. I think we're due for it now. That's a whole different topic in regards to how many holders we have and whatnot, and the credentials for it. Secondly, we're talking about, I over-listened and I was hearing you guys talk about the feds and what their intentions are and this and that. I personally believe that they're coming up with a plan in order to stop the rug pulls, because there's been one too many rug pulls, first and foremost. And I think it's very beneficial for the retail investor, meaning you and I. Secondly, I do believe that they're doing this because there's the big exchanges out there, and I think they wanna, as Crypto Cap said, it's to regulate, because there's a lot of taxes that are not being paid. It could be very beneficial. So a lot of people look at it in a negative way. I tend to look at it in a positive way, meaning they're going to filter the rug pulls that are out there, because there's been quite a bit and a lot of people have suffered. And I think they're going to come up with a solution or something in order to go after the big guys. And the big guys are the platforms. Now, to go back on to what was being said earlier on, just 2 seconds ago in regards to social media and this and that. I think social media, I think Reddit, I think Twitter, I think Instagram, it can only bring you to a certain point. I'm not saying that, there's an end point, but I think once you've reached that point, you got to take it a step further. And I personally believe that being listed on other platforms will help us. Now, a lot of people don't want to create a new platform, or they don't want to join a new platform for cost reasons. Finance's rates are different from CDC. CDC is different from Gemini. And I think some people are just waiting for it to be listed on that one platform that they're already on. Why? Because they can bundle. I think that has a lot to do with it. So I believe that we've done a good job up until now in regards to the social media. I think it's time where now we take it a step further. And I think we have to get listed. And I've been saying this from the past, I'm saying it today, and I'll say it tomorrow. You need to attract new retail investors. I think we've accumulated enough corporate, if that's the right word, enough whales. I think it's time that we start attracting new retail investors, and I think we should start listing on other platforms. But that's not up to me, that's up to the devs. I mean, if they're willing to pay $1 million to go get listed on Binance, then do it.
All right, thank you for that petition, Paolo. Dogelon Army, go ahead.
Yeah, when it comes to regulation, the last thing we want is the same entities controlling the monetary system to be manipulating the decentralized free system. I mean, they are not responsible with the money they get now. So how is it responsible for us to allow them to take more money, And when it comes to scams, to protect ourselves from scams, we just need to educate ourselves and look out for each other. You see a scam, you find out about a scam, you let the community know. People need to do their own research and be aware of what's going on and protect themselves. But the government is not our parents. Like, they're obviously abusing the power they have. It's important that we don't give them any more power. We actually need to decentralize it back to the individual and their communities. decentralized currency is one step in the direction of freedom, but we also need the power to belong to the individual. No one man should have more power over another individual, you know, than the individual himself, unless he's committing an action which causes the community to restrain the individual. Other than that, you know, there's a little bit like property rights, you know, and keeping the peace. But other than that, humanity needs to be self-regulating, because you give people too much power and you see what happens. Like, you know, it's devastating.
Well, that's the whole philosophy behind crypto, of course, is to have everything decentralized and controlled by the people. And that was the idea behind Bitcoin and everything else that followed after that. Simply because, for these reasons that you say as well, you know, a government can also be a DAO, right? It can be that you as a community, as a country, can focus on agreeing before a law is implemented. A version of something similar is also in Switzerland. Everything big needs to be approved by all the citizens of the country. And I'm not saying that's the best system, right? Everything has its pros and cons, but it is what crypto is based on. And if you look into the banking system, there are a lot of places where the banking system makes money. And with crypto, what we're seeing with all the DeFi that's coming out, that a middleman is cut out and all those proceeds go to the people itself. You know, it's an evolving thing. Everything is getting better and bigger. You know, there are billions of dollars being inside DeFi alone, and it's the same with NFTs, right? We are now in the precipice of metaverse, which is another step towards the same goal, that everything is owned by the community. In a metaverse, you can own everything. So if we just make a basic example, you have a game and you're playing the game, you're grinding inside, and you at some point find a loot box, and all of a sudden you have this sword, which is of a high caliber, and it's actually worth a lot of in-game coin. The moment that you stop playing, you lose that sword. It can actually be that your account expired and gets deleted, and everything that you invested in that game is gone. In the metaverse, you own the NFT sword. You can sell that sword either in-game or in any marketplace that you want. And the coin, the in-game coin, is an actual currency you could exchange for another currency that you could sell for a fiat currency or whatever. And that goes a very long way. It's not just the sword, it is everything. Skins, whatever the game is, monsters. If you find you kill monsters or trap monsters, you own it. It's all based on that same philosophy. Inside crypto, everything needs to be decentralized and owned by the person that is having it, not by some company above it, not by EA Sports, for example, or the government in this case. It just depends on how big do you want to go, right? So a company in itself can also be seen as a government. The government, in this specific case, owns things that you don't own. Well, actually, you should own it. You know, there are countries in the world that if you buy a plot of land, the government can come in and say, you know, I want to own it now because I want to drive a highway to it. That is not a possibility inside crypto. If you own it, you own it. And if you want to sell it, you sell it. But if it's yours, it's yours. The moment that you start centralizing things, it takes away from the crypto philosophy. And that is for everybody to decide on if they want to do that or not, right? There are exchanges out there that mix and match a little bit, but there are also exchanges that are fully on a centralized ID. And it's not always their fault, right? If the government comes in and says you need to freeze this or that, they have to comply with it. If it's decentralized, it's not possible, except when all the nodes in the network agree to it. There is no one body that can do that. And that's the power of crypto and everything behind it. And I just wanted to add that to your story there, Dogelon Army, and also to the other stories I heard before that. So if you want to tag into it a little bit more, Dogelon Army, go ahead, be my guest.
Yeah, we have the power like to choose like which currency to believe in, you know? Like a dollar is only worth a dollar because people choose to believe in it. And it's obviously not backed by anything anymore, but with Dogelon Mars, we have so much to believe in, especially partnered with Methuselah. Like it's represented as a fair currency, you know? But also like Dogelon Army, you know, right now we have 35 cities on the mission, and that will all benefit from the success of Dogelon Mars by getting a quality of life improving center. And our mission before Dogelon really takes off is like 1,000 cities, you know? If we get like 1,000 pledges in 1,000 cities, and we let the world know that, you know, 1,000 cities are going to benefit from the success of Dogelon Mars, you know, in that way, we'll be making it like a world changing token as well.
For sure. And thank you again, Dogelon Army, for sharing the word of your good work. And on that note, I'm also seeing that we don't have any other speakers that want to come up. So I'm thinking about closing this space. I'm not sure if somebody is, you know, aching to still put in a little word here. This is your chance. Otherwise, we're going to close it up for today, and we will be back on Thursday.